Hello and welcome back to Nicole's Crafty Corner, Chic Organics. And today I will be showing you how to make a basic granny square. This is just a basic granny square. I love a granny square because you can make so many things with it, from apparel to pot holders to hats to purses, bags, totes, so many different things. So I will be showing you how to make a basic granny square. Go ahead and grab a hook, doesn't matter the size. I'll be using a 5.5. 9, and I'll also be showing you how to change color, how to do a basic color change. This granny square is for the absolute beginner, and you don't need to learn how to do the magic ring. I will show you how to do it without the magic ring. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain up 4. And then what we will do is we will slip stitch into the first chain that we made. Okay, go ahead and pull that all the way through. And so now, instead of doing a magic ring, you just formed a ring by doing the chains and slip stitching. Make sure that you have a middle, okay, because this is what you'll be crocheting into. You do not want to crochet into one of the sides of the stitches. So you should have, pull it apart so that you have a true center, like so, and let's continue. You're going to chain 3. This chain 3 does count as a double crochet, and then you will be putting 2 double crochet inside of the ring. You will yarn over, go through the ring, pull up this working yarn. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, just like a normal double crochet. You will yarn over, go through 2, yarn over, go through 2. And now you have 2 double crochet. The first chain 3 counts. I like to slide my stitches over because you'll be putting 4 sets of 3 clusters of double crochet inside of the ring. Okay, so 1 more inside of the ring, yarn over. Okay, all of these are in the ring, as you can see, and that's my first cluster. This granny square will be worked in clusters of 3. You will chain 1, and then you will put another cluster of 3 double crochets inside the same ring. Yarn over, go through the ring, pull up the working yarn, do a double crochet per usual, put 2 more. There's your second set. Chain 1. We need 2 more sets of 3. Chain 1, and this is our last set of 3 double crochet inside of the ring you formed. Okay, you will go ahead and chain 1, and then you will slip stitch to join at the top of that initial chain 3 that we made. And now this is what your work should look like. Okay, go ahead and pull that to the back, and that will close your center. So you should have 4 clusters of 3 double crochets. 3 double crochet, the chain 1 spaces. You should have 4, and then you should have 4 chain 1 spaces. In these chain 1 spaces, we will be putting our corners. So just remember that, okay? How I like to start my granny squares is I would like to chain 3, and then you'll be working in this space here. That's right behind the chain 3 that you just made. You'll be putting 2 double crochet into this space. When you put the double crochets into this space, make sure you're crocheting in front of the chain 3 because you want to crochet to the left. Okay, this is half of your corner. A corner consists of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So we will finish this corner at the back end. Now we're going to complete our next corner. We're going to chain 1, and into this chain 1 space that's right after this cluster, we're going to add a corner. And again, a corner is 3 double crochet, chain 2, and put 3 more double crochet back into that same space. Okay, and this is a corner. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. The only time you will use 2 chains is in a corner. Do not use 2 chains on the side. You'll probably be tempted to. No, only put 2 chains in the corners, okay? And like I said, this is half a corner. We'll complete this corner on the other end. Okay, after we do a corner, we chain 1, and then we're going into this next chain 1 space here, and we're going to make a corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into the same space, another corner, chain 1, let's put another corner into this next chain 1 space, chain 2, 3 more double crochet, chain 1, and now we are going to complete this corner that we started. Okay, so we need to put, remember a corner is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, so we need to put 3 double crochet into the same space, chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 space that we started with. Okay, and that is the end of round 2, okay, of the granny square. And you should have 4 corners, and you should now have 4 sides. Okay, and you work the sides differently than you work the corners. Okay, and each round of the granny square, you'll always only have 4 corners, but you will increase the number of sides with each round. Okay, let us do round 3. And then in round 4, I'll show you how to do a basic color change. So we're going to start round 3 the same as we started round 2, and that we will chain up 3. And again, we'll be working into this area here, and we'll put 2 double crochet, making sure those double crochets are in front of each other, going to the left. Okay, and again, we will complete this corner at the back end. We will chain 1 and into this side, and this side is where we did our chain 1s from last round. We will only put 3 double crochet. Sides get 3 double crochet. That's the rule. Okay, and we're going to chain 1. You have to chain 1 because that will be your sides. If you don't chain 1, then your square will be deformed because you won't have these spaces here. So make sure to chain 1 after your, before and after your sides. And then here's a corner. So we're going to do a corner inside of the corner, which of course you know is 3 double crochet, chain 2, so 3 double crochet inside of this same stitch, same space rather. Okay, there's a corner, and if you notice, all of the corners are directly in the other corners, okay? And you should be able to turn this. I'll show you again when we finish it. You should be able to turn on any side and see this should all go into each other, okay? So chain one, we'll do a side, and remember the sides are just 3 double crochets. Chain one, we'll put a corner in the corner. Nobody puts baby in a corner, but you better put these stitches in this corner. Chain two, go ahead and put your other 3. Okay, looking good, starting to take form. It should be. It should start looking like a square, y'all. If it's not, then you might want to check the placement of your stitches. Chain one, let's do this side here. Chain one, corner. Y'all catching the rhythm of the float. What's the little thing nursery rhyme used to sing back in? Got the rhythm of the child. I don't remember. Somebody tell me what the rhythm of the whatever was. Okay, chain one. Let's do another side. Also, let me know what's your favorite hook to use. This is the first fancy-ish hook that I ever got. I got it years ago, but before I was just using the regular steel, and so I decided to upgrade my life. And this is a clover, which I like. I like this clover a lot. It's not my favorite clover, but clover is pretty good. Okay, we're coming up on our last corner of the round. We're gonna add those 3 double crochet, chain 2, right, to complete this corner. And I'm going to go ahead and change color. So the way you change color, basic way you change color so that you have continuity in your colors, is to complete the stitch, whatever stitch it is, with the new color. Okay, so this is going to be just a slip stitch. So I'm going to start my slip stitch, okay? And instead of pulling this yarn that I already have all the way through to complete my slip stitch, I'm going to grab my new yarn, which is this variegated yarn, and I'm going to use this yarn. I'm going to wrap it around my hook, and I'm going to pull the new yarn through to complete the stitch. So that works whether you're doing a single crochet, double crochet, half, that doesn't matter. You want to finish the stitch with the new color. And as you can see, I'm ready to start the new color. There's no weird color change in the middle. It's right where I want it to be. Okay, you want to make sure that you leave a long enough tail with the new color so that you can weave your ends in at the end. I am going to leave this lavender color because I'm going to alternate colors with each round, and I don't need to cut it. If I was going to alternate less often, I would probably cut it so that the back doesn't look weird. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it as is. Also, I want you to look at, again, how this goes. All of the corners, as you can see, are beautifully aligned, no matter which way you turn it. The corners should be in the corners. If they're not, if you notice that that your little is leaning, if it's leaning, then it's probably just because you're not perfect, okay? And you're learning how to crochet. So this is how your work should look at the end of round 3. You should have 4 corners, always only have 4 corners. Now we have 2 sides on each side, okay? Remember I said every time you make your granny square larger, or each round, your granny square will have more sides. It will always have 4 corners, but what makes it larger are the sides, okay? We got it. We got it, girl. I know you're like, girl, we got it. Okay, good. Chain 3, okay? And what we're gonna do is, again, we'll be working in this stitch, this spot right here. that chain 2 spot of the corner, that's where we will be crocheting 2 double crochets, 3 double crochet, chain 1. Don't forget to chain 1. Because you want to make your square bigger, because we'll finish this corner on the back end. Chain 1. Gonna make a corner in the corner. We know how to do this. Y'all are masters now. Hold on. All right, we got this other corner. Go ahead, and you know what this pattern is. You're making corners in the corners, sides in the sides. Only chain 2 when you're in a corner, and always chain 1 before and after your sides. I will meet you at the end of this round. We are coming up to the end of round 4. We're going to go ahead and put our double crochets in. We're going to go ahead and chain 2. We're going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to my lavender color. I'm going to go ahead and cut this new color. Got too much going on. And I'm going to go back to my lavender color. And like I said before, in order to change color, we're just going to pull the new color that we want through to complete the slip stitch. So now we have the lavender color ready to go. Just like that. And this is what your work should look like at the end of round 4. You look, all of your corners should be in your corners, no matter which way you turn it, right? If you notice something off, it's because it is. And now we're going to do one more round. And if you look, you now have 3 sides, right? All right, let's complete this granny square. You're going to do it the same way as usual. You're going to start with the chain 3. You're going to go ahead and do the first part of a corner in that chain 2 space, just like that. Okay. Chain 1, do your sides, your corners. You already know how to do this, and I will meet you at the end of our final round 5. Let's go ahead and complete our granny square by putting our 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then we'll go ahead and slip stitch into that first chain 3 to complete our granny square. We're going to go ahead and cut a long enough piece for our tail, and that is it. You did it. You made your first or second or 85th granny square with me today. Just make sure that all of your corners are in your corners, no matter which way you turn it. All of your corners should be in your corners, and your sides should be your sides. Also, if your square is leaning or looks weird, it may be because some of these you put 2 instead of 3, or you may have put 4 instead of 3. So just kind of look at your work and check it out. No matter how long you've been crocheting, we all do that. We all make mistakes. But stay tuned, and I will show you some of the cute things that I have made with granny squares. And I will talk to you later. Thanks again for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye.